It's showtime. Well, good morning, everybody. Get ready to get started. Got my introduction ready. I don't have no water, but yeah, I will get some water. But let's go ahead and get this thing started. And I hope you guys had a great weekend. I did. Get ready to start the show right after this word. All right, here we go. Good morning, content creators. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the show. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a brand new week. We're back on regular schedule. Back on talking about cruising. All those kinds of things. Cruising, traveling, the weather. The weather is going to be the top story today. Especially good morning for the people on the West Coast. And wow. I've been watching the weather for the past 24 to 48 hours. And yeah, y'all getting some rain. Y'all getting some rain in California. If y'all were going on the cruise, you'll get soaked. Airports are delayed. So if you see a big old delay on the airports today on the West Coast, that's the reason why, because it's raining. Now, we got to talk about that. It's raining on the West Coast, so they're getting multi-inch rains. They're getting some snow up in the mountain. So, yeah, it's one of those days you're going to say, wow, I should have checked the weather report before I left. But good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing okay. If you're in the area of Los Angeles, wow. Hopefully you don't need some boats out there. You know what? And the thing is, so today is Monday. You know that stuff is going to come west to east. So people are getting ready to go on a cruise this week. If you're getting ready to travel down to the Gulf Coast and go to the East Coast, probably Wednesday or Thursday, they'll be coming to Galveston. If you're traveling to Galveston to Houston, you know there's gonna be some delays, so be ready for that. When that rain gets to Florida, by this weekend, it looks like this weekend's gonna be rain out. Make sure you have your raincoats. Make sure you have your umbrellas too. It's just gonna rain like crazy. So yeah. So let's talk about some things real quickly. And speaking of rain, guys, say what's up to Bama Noah. He'll be here in a couple of minutes. I think he is had to go home and change because it's pretty cold out there. Let me go ahead and do this. Uh, we got some. well, today we're going to talk about the weather. It's a big concern today because people on the West Coast. Yeah, there's people going cruises on the West Coast. Yeah. Long Beach and Los Angeles. Los Angeles is getting a lot of rain. Let me see here if I can do this. Guys, don't forget if you want to do what you got to do. If you're watching this on replay, type in the hashtag replay. Guys, don't forget yeah. So I got the Z Show Cruise Fun. I also got the Z's Giving Home Theater. Yes, we're going to try to get some hours. So the top story is the weather, especially if you're going to cruise, and if you're traveling. So we got the Fox Weather Channel. Get ready to put a live stream on there. They're doing live coverage of the storm up there in the West Coast. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and unmute that. And If you have any questions about the weather, let me know. We're gonna watch it together. Okay, here we go.
Genesis, a deepening of the low offshore, and an endless feels like moisture path.
You get that Gulf front that's now parallel with the actual jet stream coming in, which is essentially, that atmospheric river, and it set up shop over them starting yesterday afternoon through the evening hours. Now it's ongoing, shifting down to the south just a little bit farther. So Ventura County, you're still getting on the south side of you guys. San Luis Obispo, right around Santa Barbara County is pretty much out of it. You still get some scattered showers, but you can see where it's going. LA County, Orange County is eventually down to Riverside, that far down south, and then into areas like Anaheim and Orange County, you're going to get it too. Look at some of those reports coming in there. You'll see some big ones that you recognize. Santa Monica, you had some debris coming in right here. It's this flashing green light that is the PDS, a particularly dangerous situation. And look at you guys, more rain coming in on the backside. It's ready to come ashore right now.
Well, the radar estimated that the area just to the east of Malibu had 5 to 8 inches over the last 48 hours.
Wow.
And I know some of the gauges, including UCLA, was up above 9 inches of rainfall. This has been enough, Kiana, to set records, certainly daily rainfall records, and maybe as much as a month of rain coming in a few days.
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking at even 6 months within the next 6 months of rain within the next 3 days. So this is a significant rain event that we've been watching. In terms of daily rainfall rates, we have certainly shattered one as of yesterday. Downtown LA got 4.1 inches of rain yesterday. That is 1 day of seeing that much rain. So we shattered that daily rainfall record. Typically, it would have been around 2.5 inches, and we've seen that record stay in place for over 100 years. So this is a significant event. When it comes to the top rainfall reports, Amy, you talked about 9 inches. Look at UCLA's campus. Just over 9.9
and a half.
Yes, from yesterday into today. We talked about downtown LA. Santa Monica continuously picking up these inches of rain as well, making it for very wet conditions, as you can see with our live shot, those outdoor elements that continues to come through. That's not the only main concern, though, that being flooding. We are watching for mudslides. We've seen that with Max Gordon. He's in Hollywood Hills looking at this unfold currently. Debris flows have been happening. We've been seeing families being evacuated from homes to try to keep them safe. And unfortunately, the rain's only going to continue through today.
Between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock this afternoon, that's when the radar really lights up, and it takes you from Los Angeles down across Long Beach, Huntington Beach. You do get Anaheim and Santa Ana both in this. It will spread down through San Diego as well. Then tomorrow morning, look at what happens with San Bernardino and Malibu. These are the areas that have been hit exceptionally hard already, and red indicated on the future casting here is there's the potential for pockets of heavy rain once again tomorrow in some of the very hardest hit areas. I mean, that's right on the 405. So we could be looking at a repeat scenario for parts of Southern California again tomorrow.
Those could be some thunderstorms, too, coming in. We're talking about some cooler air coming down. That's going to make things unstable in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And it's interesting. I was reading the LAX National Weather Service, what they're saying. Water spouts and weak tornadoes are a possibility later this afternoon for the LA area. But they said the flood threat is way worse than that. So you're talking about the possibility of tornadoes, yet the flooding is going to override and supersede the danger, which is absolutely amazing.
The other thing, the cooler air that comes down to the surface will lower some of the snow elevation. So the LA mountain residents have been cautioned. Anybody living above 6,000 feet, you can be tracked because the snowfall rates are expected to be 2 to 3 inches per hour as those snowfall levels start to lower. And so parts of the Sierra, yes, we're happy to see the snowpack. This could be the silver lining of this storm, but at the same time, it could mean that you are down and out if you are above 6,000 feet until they can clear the canyons and the roadways. It's not just the snow. It is also the trees coming down. It is also the power lines. All of that will take crews some time. But, the Sierra snowpack is at 57% when you look at the ranges combined. And so this is a deficit that needs to be made up for, and it's a storm like this that can do it.
It's going close. Remember yesterday it was 36% down for the southern Sierra Nevada range. Now it's up to 45%. Here's your silver lining right there, snowfall.
Yeah, snow is a place where we can lock up some of this moisture. Everything else that's flying to the valley, it's just causing major headaches, major problems, and a lot of that rolls right out in the Pacific without a way to capture it.
Good morning, the weather girl.
Releases last week in order to make room for some of this rain. So we'll pay
Good
attention.
morning, the
That's
weather
the
girl.
storm. We continue to track it. Today is February 5th, National Weather Person's Day. The day commemorates the birth of John Jeffries back in 1744. Jeff Fries was a Boston physician who was one of America's first weather observers. He began taking daily observations in 1774. He was also the first to launch a weather balloon to measure the atmospheric conditions, and his fascination and legacy lives on in the countless weather lovers across the world, including our family here at Fox Weather. So a lot of people, it's a dream to come and talk about weather every day.
Yeah, there you go.
We are amongst them. Yes, I remember when I first started in weather, everyone always asks, Freeze, is that your last name? Yes, I was born this
You're
way.
born to do it.
I did not grow up a youngster measuring the atmosphere like some meteorologists do. How did you guys get into weather? I basically went through my education. They said, Freeze is your last name, you should do the weather. And I added on to my education. So that's how it worked for me.
I had a similar kind of encounter too. I went into college thinking that I would just do broadcasts and took a weather forecasting class. And they had us out and about in Baltimore. That was me interning at WBAL. Me here planting trees at Fox Weather. So I always have loved nature. But when I was out in Baltimore covering snowstorms and then covering rain, I kind of fell in love with weather.
That's cool.
How about you, Bob?
I grew up surfing on the Jersey Shore, and I went to see my guidance counselor. That was my
Oh, I love
job
that.
right
That's
there.
a great shot.
Very professional. And my guidance counselor at high school was like, well, what do you like to do? I said, well, I like to surf. I said, can you make money out of that? I'm like, no. As long as you become a meteorologist, you can tell when the waves will be big. So as short-sighted as it was, that's what I did. And that's my very first job right there in Utica, New York. Very first time on the air, 5 o'clock news, all ready to go. I cursed them.
What, Bob? I'm shocked.
Bob.
I never took a broadcast class, believe it or not.
Well,
Well, now we know.
at least you classed
Yeah,
up a
but
little
then you
bit.
can see the last couple. We're in the hurricanes out there. Look at that one. That was 90 mile per hour winds that I couldn't step out into. Look at that spin up right there. That was a
All right, so I had to do with a weather report. The West Coast of the United States is getting hammered. They get it since yesterday. Los Angeles, the airport. They're gonna have some delays on the airport right now, and if you get ready to go on a cruise this week, you gotta get ready. West Coast, get it rain, and now then they're gonna go to the golf course. This Thursday. So if you guys are flying in for the weekend cruise, have some patience. If you're driving, there's some people gonna be driving to the cruise on the Jubilee this weekend. Just beware. Be ready. Don't forget to bring some extra clothes, umbrellas, and all that stuff. And it's gonna be a rainy part. And yes, when it comes to rain, it comes to thunderstorms, and a lot of things will be going on through the Gulf of Mexico. We gotta be ready. So there was a couple of cruise ships that had problems getting into Galveston the past couple of days. The Voyager of the Seas had some water going in the cabins, tossing and turning. And speaking of tossing and turning, they were tossing and turning. The stomachs were tossing and turning. Just gotta mention that. The thing is, you just gotta be ready. You have to be ready. So, you know what? Hey, guys, if you're watching this, on a replay, put a hashtag I'm here or hashtag Zeeman or do your countdown. How many days you going on the cruise? That'd be perfect. Let's see here. I'll just check in some stuff here. Those of you want to know, yes. It's a wild weekend. I had multiple channel cruise. I had breaking news. Right, you guys know me. When it comes to military, I got to cover the news. And there's a lot of veterans that go on cruises too. But yeah, let's talk about that real quick. If you are a veteran, or if you are active duty, or you are a police officer, firefighter, first responders, check with your cruise company. Check with the travel agent. See if we can get some discounts for that. You can get some that for that. I get discounts for being over the age of 55 and living in the state of Texas. So yeah, you only just pick one. So pick the one that you get more money off. I think the senior citizen discount will be good. Yeah. Um, if you are a carry member of an AARP card, you can use that to get your some cruise credit, um, some gift cards, or hotel or flying. Use hotel rooms are very very good. I got my AARP card for that. And now, well, I'm gonna say, hey, when's your next cruise? I am in the process of working on that. More likely, my next cruise will be in the next year, in November. I am going to go on the MSC um, Seashore. It'll be my first time. It'll be my first time going on the MSC Seashore. I'm gonna probably with Derek. I will try to take care of that. But yeah, a lot of news. Not a lot of news. Um, well, now this is gonna be interesting, and it affects the cruise industry. We got the knucklehead. Let's go, Brandon. It's cutting the supplies of natural gas drilling. What does that mean for me? Y'all know the XL class ships and the Icon class ships use natural gas to power the ships. So the price is gonna be going up. So just want to make sure you knew all that. The key says to go on the cruising. The best time to go on the cruising is now, January and part. I'm sorry, part of February, all February and part of March is the best time to go on a cruise. There's a lot of kids are in school and college students are in school, so yeah. Hey, bro, see, now I have all reliable Mr. Bud Files. Thank you, bro, for coming in. Appreciate you coming in. I know I always depend on him. Thank you, my brother, for coming in. Appreciate that. Guys, you need to check out, if you want to know anything about his channel, go ahead and check him out. That's why I can put him online. Yeah, we're going to talk about some weather and cruising today. If you have not checked the weather, check the weather. Weather is very, very good. Not that good in California. We're going to go back to the report. I got to put some stuff in. Okay, they got some wind update for the California, so let's go ahead and we're back on Fox weather.
Has gotten the brunt of this storm, knocking out the power. They've gotten a lot of flooding issues going on right now. They continue out flash flood warning over Los Angeles. So this storm system is one that we've got our eyes on. We also are picking up the pieces from the storms over the weekend that impacted the Gulf Coast. We had severe storm reports making the headlines in the southeast for both Georgia and in Florida. Texas had some action as well. An incredible video that came in from the storms over the southeast. Look at this. This is both ground footage and drone footage captured the evolution of the storm there in Georgia. So Valdosta, the incredible amount of power this storm had, evident by the atmosphere and how it's outlined. And in Florida, we had one Miami weather station that measured a 67-mile-an-hour gust. So probably that one was a microburst. National Weather Service went out. They did not see evidence of twisting in the damage. So that will likely be a straight line wind event as we get that. But it's not over yet. We've got more threats for South Beach and the Keys today. You've got more threats that have come up. This is what happened over the weekend. You can see a lot of the activity was fixated on the Florida-Georgia line. Coverage continued here on Fox Weather with this. I saw both of you, Bob Van Dillen and Keanu Lewis, doing the coverage over the weekend from the severe weather. We're not quite done with the threats from Florida.
No, we're watching that low-pressure region again. That's over the North Gulf, kind of gradually drift down across the west coast of Florida. And it's going to set the stage for more rounds of weather today.
You know, yesterday, Bob, when we were watching this system, I was here a little earlier, so it hadn't kicked off yet for the state of Florida, but it was going as it was moving across the state. And then you were here.
All right. So we got some we got some interesting weather today. on the East Coast and the West Coast. Over in the West Coast of Florida, going into Miami, Port Canaveral area. So the people cruising going out. If y'all went out yesterday, you probably got some rain. Today and tomorrow, you're gonna get some rain. Uh, so the part of Miami might be wet. Yeah. So when that happens, if you travel, if you're flying in to Miami or Orlando, just be careful with the flight delays. The flight delays are crazy, especially when you're in that. Let's see here. Um, by the way, if you want to know anything about the Icon of Seas, go to my friend Derek and go to Island Time channel. They did a deep tour of the Icon of the Seas, and I can't find out if it's the hype that good. But you know what? Let's talk about the Icon real quickly. Now I got this from Derek last night. He did a show. Interior room for Icon of Seas is like $6,000. So if I go on as a solo cruiser, I have to pay $6,000. That's without the drink package. That's without the specialty dining. That's without uh, internet. So that's going to cost you like $8,000, and then I have to pay for the airplane. Oh, let me go ahead and do this. But if I'll stay with me, we'll go back to the weather. Okay, now he's going to do a long range forecast. This is going to affect for the entire week, so we'll go ahead and do that.
As Bob mentioned earlier, there's a warming of the equatorial waters off the coast of Peru. And so when that bubbles up, you get the jet stream to come across the southern tier of the states. Warmer and cooler and wetter activity there for those states. You get further north, and that's where the mild Pacific air really shows up. And that's what's going to be the case for the rest of the month of February. Unfortunately, we're seeing all that catastrophic flooding in Los Angeles right now, and I think we're going to potentially see more rain, or at least the potential for above average precipitation there to continue, and we'll keep that going right through Florida and Texas. Remember, we were just talking about how that severe weather also impacted Florida. So this is a textbook El Nino type of pattern that we've seen. Meanwhile, yeah, the big story is the warm airs. We're going to keep things way above average, it looks like, for the next couple of weeks, at least through the middle portion of the month of February, in places that are known for cool air. Minneapolis, International Falls, known as the ice box of the nation, right? So you've got Minneapolis here tomorrow.
All right, so how to get back over here real quickly. You know what? So those of you who are watching my replay, thank you guys for doing that. Yes, I gotta go. I gotta go for 1,500 subscribers and 3,000 hours by the end of April. Monday Cruise Chat, go check like 1,500 subscribers. I'm probably at 1,000. So I got to do some hustling and bustling. That's what I do. So yes, I ain't going to be doing some hustling and bustling. What the thing is, we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about being a solo cruiser, being a person that is handicapped but disabled. We're going to talk about senior discounts. We're going to talk about being a solo cruiser, what the do's and don'ts. How to prepare for a cruise, you got to have your passport, all your travel documents. Key thing is to get your passport. You got plenty of time. Go ahead and get your passport. Go ahead. You're going to do an emergency thing, you can do it in 2 weeks. Cost you a little bit more, but you have your passport. Passport is key. Only thing you have to do is show your passport, and then you're checked in. Uh, so, okay. Oh, by the way, you gotta have travel insurance. We talked about that yesterday. Travel insurance. You gotta have travel insurance. Don't be cheap because if you don't have travel insurance, if anything can happen while you're on the cruise, because you're not in control of the cruise ship, you're not in control of the if you rent vehicles in a foreign country. Yeah, uh, uh, yeah, they don't have the standards like they do here in America. So if you like rent a scooter, it's not up to par. You got to think about other people that cannot drive. Uh, it's just And by the way, before I get out of here, thank you guys for that. If you want to do an excursion, do your excursion to the cruising company. Key thing. Very, very key thing. So, yes. And I got to say thank you, Ocean Travel, for coming in. Yes. A lot of people are working. Yes, I know. A lot of people are working. So, this is my job. Oh, there's but yeah. We'll get out of here before I embarrass myself. uh, I want to thank the Butterflies for coming in. You are the winner of today. So today I'm gonna be playing his playlist. Butterflies, you are the winner. I'll be playing your playlist on my TV in my living room. Get some hours. Yeah. So yeah, we gotta help each other. A lot of so. Um. So yeah, I know today's Monday. Everybody's going back to work. People are back at school, and yes, this is what I'm gonna be doing. This is what every single day. I gotta get back. I can get back in swing of things. I gotta get back in the swing of things because my watch hours are dropping. The reason why, because I haven't been on. It compares me with what I did last year. Last year I was on constantly. So I'm gonna be doing that. Let me go ahead and do a final check on the weather. Let's see here. No, they're all commercial. All right. They're all commercial. So let me go ahead and do this. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been here for almost 30 minutes. Guys, don't forget to check out my lives, check out my playlists. I got all kinds of good stuff on here. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Man, Fiesta, Rome Cake. I want to thank them. Yeah, my belly doesn't want to thank them, but I thank you for that. I gotta cook some. I'm gonna cook some brunch. Yes, I call it brunch because it's breakfast and lunch. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Appreciate everybody for coming in. Bud Files, you're the man. Thank you, sir. Always here, always reliable. You are, sir. I'm a great fan. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. If you watch this replay, put in hashtag replay, hashtag Z. I was here. I want to thank everybody coming out. Don't forget, do not drink and drive. Do not hang around with knuckleheads to do. And always, 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 always drink responsible. Peace out. Deuces. Yeah, I forgot to set this up. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, I'll be on this afternoon. Do a little pop up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Try it again. Peace out. Deuces. We's out. Oh, we's out. We's out.